So here we are out in the country, out in the countryside, out of the garage on a lovely July morning. So let's tell you a little bit about this Rover P5b. It's a saloon, first built in September 1968, G registered in the UK. It was in fact number 2129 off the production line. They eventually built 20,600 Rover P5bs up until 1973, and this is quite an early one. It's an A series car, and that carried over a few legacies from the Mark III, which in most people's opinion is the best built of the Rover P5s before they became amalgamated with BMC. It has the lovely Mark III thick back seats, and it really is a comfort and a joy to sit into them. They were thinned back a bit when British Leyland took over, but these really are super comfy leather armchairs. This car was first delivered to a dealership in Manchester in September 1968, and I don't really know much about the history of it up until the late 90s. Being resident in Austria, the DVLA in Britain won't give me any detailed information about previous keepers because I am outside the UK and data protection and all that rubbish. So there's nothing I really know about the car up until 1988, which is when I believe it was taken off the road for restoration, which according to the records which came with the car took about 10 years. In 1998 it was sold as new, fully restored, by a Rolls-Royce dealership and purchased by a chap in Dorset in the southwest of England, who really drove it. I mean, he really looked after the car. He had it for 10 years and he did about 25,000 miles in it, driving in all weathers, and he really cared for the car. The file history that came with the car just really bears that out. I mean, he kept all the receipts, all the invoices. When something went wrong, he ordered the part from the specialist, took it to his local garage, got it fitted by qualified mechanics, and yeah, he really enjoyed driving it. He also kept this fabulous little logbook detailing, everything from when he filled up with petrol, how much petrol he put in, where he went, when the car was fixed, etc. And also even down to if he saw another Rover P5b on the road, he'd write down the registration of the car and where he saw it. And even if he saw one on television, he'd write down the registration number with the program and the date, all in this fabulous little logbook. Just getting into a tunnel here, so to turn on the lights. So, it was an ideal keeper of the car. And he sold it in 2008. I think he was an elderly gentleman by then and just stopped driving. It went for a few owners until I bought it in May 2015, and in between that time it'd only done a couple of hundred miles and hadn't been used at all. To me, saloons and coupes, they're both fantastic cars, both great cars. I have no preference or no leaning one way or the other. Saloon is better, coupe is better, all that sort of stuff. I don't subscribe to any of that. The reason why I have a saloon is that it was just the best car available at the time I was ready to buy. And I like the colour. I love this Bordeaux red and the buckskin interior. And that was it. That was mine. If a coupe had come along at the same time, I would have got that as well. But it really makes no difference. They really both are fantastic cars. In fact, there were more saloons produced in 1968, and I think on most years, than coupes. But the saloons were the first to be scrapped. They were the first to be bang erased in the 70s and 80s. And people tended to hang on to the coupes and look after them a bit better than the saloons. So now I think they're probably rarer than the coupes. But the coupes are more desirable and worth a bit more. But as I said before, they're both still fantastic cars. And I don't get involved in any of these coupe saloon fights or arguments or debates or whatever. I think everyone loves the car that they've got and doesn't want to be in anything else. I mean, when you've got a car like this, it's all about confidence. Confidence to drive it. Confidence to know it's going to get you to your destination. And when I first bought the car, I was very much of the mind, shall I go out in it? And I don't want to go too far. And somebody's got to come with me. Somebody's got to follow me, or all this sort of stuff. But as time goes on, when you service the car and you get to know the car better, and more importantly, you drive it, confidence grows. And that's what owning a classic car or an old car is all about. Confidence that it's going to get you where you want to go and not break down or get you into any trouble. And so far this car has. And every time I drive it, like today, it's probably 100 kilometers I've just done today. It doesn't miss a beat, And it's nice to go to the garage and get out of the garage and have confidence that you're going to arrive at your destination without any dramas. Of course, a few dramas would make a better YouTube video. Probably get more hits if it did have a little bit of drama in it, but I'll take a lovely, smooth, perfect drive over a few extra views. And it's the same with anything of this age, especially. If you look after it, you service it, you don't skimp on maintenance, you do all the things that you're supposed to do, and you'll have no problems. And it's not a chore, it's something I love doing. Tinkering, replacing, cleaning, it's all part of the hobby. The driving really is the icing on the cake.